Well, we just got done reviewing a few higher shelf bottles. Now it's time to take a trip back down to the bottom shelf, or maybe it isn't. We're going to review Jim Beam Winter Reserve 86 proof. Saw this in a store today for the first time. I knew it was coming. I saw one video on it, maybe two, but never seen this before here. I've never seen it before at all. I believe this is actually now a special limited release / special release for this time of year. Hence the name Winter, Jim Beam Winter Reserve. So what this is, it looks very similar to the 7-year Jim Beam 7, which also before that it was this Jim Beam Black. Got that same shape bottle, but it's got this nice, what kind of like a almost like a fall looking color, but they say it's for winter. In any event, what this is, as I understand it, it is clearly a 6-year. It says 6 years right on it. It's a 6-year age statement. So it is certainly a year younger than this Jim Beam 7. And it's also dropping the proof back to 86 proof, which is the proof that Jim Beam Black, this being 90. But it has something that is unique here as far as different than those. And it states that it is, so it's aged 6 years, and it says right here on the label, finished in new toasted white oak barrels. That's actually sounds like for a $30 bottle, sounds like a very, a lot going on for that price point. I typically find these Jim Beam expressions, the 7-year, the black, and obviously I'm not even going to talk about the white label, to taste rather thin. This Legend, which is also another type of a finished bourbon. This is the collaboration with Suntory. That one's kind of the same thing. And of course, we just review the old tub. These would be interesting ones to put this again. So I'm probably expecting that, because for that price point, that's a lot to get in there for that price point. Probably why they also dropped the proof to 86 proof. So they say on here, this is kind of what attracted me also to this. It says it has notes of vanilla with a hint of clove and cinnamon. I think it says cinnamon, what do you call? I think that's, what am I missing on here? Cinnamon, that's it. Okay, I can't even read my own writing. I took my own notes. So it's vanilla with a hint of clove and cinnamon. I was assuming that the mash bill was the same as Jim Beam, but this is something I found. Same thing with Old Tub. Not sure if it's a mistake or not. That it says it's 75. I saw it in one place. 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. The traditional Jim Beam mash bill is 77 corn, 13 rye, 10 malted barley. So I'm not sure if that's all. Bottom line is that's basically the same thing. Got 10, you get your 13% rye. It's either the same or slightly different than your traditional Jim Beam mash bill. So I'm very curious. For that price bottle, this was something, special limited release, $30, really couldn't pass up. Let's get in the glass and let's see how good this is. Okay, I spared everyone the opening process. Normally when it's a cork, I like to pop the cork and watch myself pouring it into the glass. I just went straight to that. I knew this was a screw top. Same as the Jim Beam 7. And interestingly enough, the Old Tub and the Legend do have corks. So I've been having a lot of Jim Beam releases recently from a company that originally, I'm not talking about certainly all their above Jim Beam levels, the Knob Creeks, the Bookers, all that stuff are great. But I've always kind of, was a little maybe critical on that. And I'm not saying these are great, but it just so happens that now this is the fourth or fifth one on the Jim Beam line, the 7, the Old Tub, the Legend, this, and I happen to have a lot. But I really am a sucker for a limited release, special release, especially if it's very affordable. So let's get, color seems about what you would expect, probably similar to those. I'm curious, I will definitely put these side by side in other reviews with one or more of them. Anything as far as the toasted that has any effect on the color. I want to see if it has any effect on the taste. Let's get the nose first. Well, I'm getting a mixture of the Jim Beam. It's that classic. There is a certain Jim Beam profile that's similar to the black and even the Legend. Although the Legend has the finish. Legends is finished in wine sherry cask. This is finished in toasted new oak. All right, it's kind of similar. It's a very sweet nose. And I'm getting some vanilla and cinnamon out of it. Let's give this a taste. Cheers. All right, well, two things right away. Number one, for better or worse, it definitely has that there's a certain Jim Beam taste. I may be getting more of the taste. I have to put this next to the black. This is 7-year. I am getting a little bit of that taste that I get on the white label, which that part is not good. But there is a certain profile with the recalled peanutty. There is just a certain Jim. You blind me, I'm like, okay, that's a Jim Beam taste. Again, not talking about the higher line. I'm talking about this level. It does have the thinness, but you do taste. I'm getting a little bit of that subtle notes of the vanilla and cinnamon that they do mention. I got to be honest with you, it does have a little resemblance with this. This is a Jim Beam product, but again, this is the one that's collaborated with the Japanese master blender. It's a collaboration from Suntory and Beam. That's Beam Suntory, the company. So basically, in summary here, no regrets at $30. I mean, this was just very, very interesting. Nice description. I'm going to try this a little more. This is it's a very nice, easy sipper. Again, it's 86 proof. They drop in the proof from the 7. I do detect very subtle notes of the very notes they're talking here. I'm not sure if I can tell about the toasted. I saw someone mentions Char 4 is the barrel. That's Wild Turkey Char. So there was no there was information from Jim Beam itself, and I saw a couple of others. So this is not. I mean, for the price it is, it's not bad. Is this like something that if it was a higher price, would I think it's worth it? No. I think it drinks on the same level, as far as this. It is a couple of dollars more at that price point, probably with the finishing. But for $30, with all this that goes into it, I thought it's actually a good deal, and you really can't go wrong with that. I would be curious putting it next to the 7, what differences I do note. But at this price point, I mean, it's a pleasant, easy sipper. I don't think it's anything off the charts great. I think it's I think it might be a shade, maybe a drop better than that. I think this is was just maybe like 35. I didn't think this was bad. I think the real comparison maybe those two, but I'm going to get more into this. I mean, this is it's okay. It's nothing. Wow, this is like whiskey of the year or something like that. But I'm certainly not regretting I picked it up just to give it a try. Well, it would be interesting to try it against some of these other ones. Cheers. Take care. Thanks for watching.